Okay, so welcome back. This could be your first time on this channel, which is quite likely. Get into it straight away, shall we? We're going to be reviewing an article. You can probably see it in the title in some kind of form. I'm just going to get it on the screen for you now. 11 traditional Pakistani dishes you need to try. I'm very excited about this. I'm actually quite hungry as well at the moment. So we'll see how long I last. We'll see if my speech slurs, if there's saliva build up. You probably didn't want to hear that. I can probably guess a few of these, but so can every Pakistani. So we got an intro. Don't need the intro. I'm here for the food. Yeah? I'm here for the good stuff. And we start with the good stuff. Biryani. If you know anyone Pakistani, they would either have fed you this. They wouldn't have eaten this in front of you because that's not how Pakistanis are. It's a very sharing culture. We get into it. It's a mixture of delicious yellow rice and either chicken or beef. The rice gets its colour from assortment of spices and herbs, which also adds an incredible flavour. To top it off, it contains perfectly cooked lemons, tomatoes and potatoes. Let me tell you this, okay? If you are not Pakistani and you have a friend who is, and they haven't taken you to a restaurant which provides this, check your friendship with them, because if they're not sharing this with you, if they're not feeding you this, they don't rate you. Yeah, simple as that. They don't rate you. They really don't want you around them too much, and you should probably, cut that friendship off. In seriousness, this is probably one of the most popular dishes, if not the most popular dish in Pakistan, yeah, and across the world, wherever there's Pakistanis, because the different flavors you get just through the masala, through the rice, through the meat. I'm going to stop there because this is the first dish that's come up and it's already set me off. Yeah, I can already smell different kind of foods which aren't cooking at the moment. So number one, biryani. That is a very good start. Next one, chicken tikka. Yeah, it's one of the most popular foods in Pakistan, both for its taste and nutritional value. That is if it's not accompanied by naan. Okay. It is a sizable portion of chicken slathered. We're doing exquisite language now, yeah? Slathered in traditional pieces and then grilled to perfection. For the ultimate experience, dip the pieces of chicken in the accompanying mint dressing. Why did I start reading it like that? I don't know. Chicken tikka, I think everyone's had this. Speaking of the UK, you go into Tesco's, this is in your meal deals, yeah? Could be any supermarket. It's going to be in the meal deals, yeah? No matter how posh, no matter how much this or that. So far, I'm a big fan of both. Probably not surprising. Next one. Okay. Seekh kebab. Title of this is 11 traditional Pakistani dishes you need to try. Traditional dish. I think there might be a few countries, namely one, that might have an issue with this. But we move. Seekh kebab, Pakistani dish. Türkiye, özür dilerim. İki ülke tek millet. Teşekkürler, sağ olsun. So this usually features well-seasoned beef. Yes, it does. The grilling method used to cook them gives a succulent quality. Pair them with some herb-infused rice, and you won't be disappointed. Definitely, definitely. Normally you get these on starters if you're going to a Pakistani restaurant. Go to a restaurant, get a mixed grill. This will be in there. Flavors, they're so strong in a good way. You know, if you were blindfolded and you had this, you'll know. You'll know, yeah, okay, I'm eating seekh kebab. Just the flavors will set you off on that one. Number 4 is chana chaat. Interesting one, because actually I'm not a fan of chane or chickpeas. Let's see what it says either way. So chana means chickpeas, okay, and it is one of the most loved snacks in Pakistan. It is this tasty light dish. In this tasty light dish, chickpeas are mixed with various vegetables such as tomatoes and onions and topped with a dressing that creates a bitter-sweet eating experience. And that's, it's definitely the chickpeas, which I'm not a fan of, but bittersweet I'm not so much a fan of, unless it's a dessert. This is not a dessert. Some might say it is, not for me. This is more of a starter or a light meal. Not so much a starter, but definitely a light meal. Now, yeah, it's just the chickpeas. I'm not a fan of the texture. I mean, if you take the chickpeas out, it's a glorified salad, isn't it? tomatoes, onions. I'm not a fan of tomatoes either, so I'm going to have to pass on that one. Very good dish. A lot of people like it, but not for me. You can't like everything, can you? So next one, aloo keema, which literally translates, if you don't know, to potato mince. So this dish is served in almost every household in Pakistan, and any Pakistani household, because it is an excellent blend of potatoes and minced mutton or chicken curry. It's simple but delicious. Yeah, does what it says on the tin. Aloo keema, potatoes, mince. You can have it with rice, you can have it with bread or roti, naan, and it'll do the job. It will hit the spot, you won't be hungry, and you'll think, wow, what a good meal. So the next one on the list is samosa or samosas, right? So samosa are a filling snack made out of flour-coated triangular crust filled with green chilies, an assortment of finely chopped herbs, and boiled potatoes. You can also stuff them with various meats such as lamb, chicken, and beef mince. These flavorful bites are so filling that you may not want a main dish afterwards. I know what's happened here. The author who wrote this for Culture Trip, by the way, the link for this article is down below. And whoever wrote this, okay, for Culture Trip, clearly likes samosa a lot. They love them because everybody knows that this is a starter. If we're talking about dishes, let's go up here. If we're talking about dishes, yeah, this is what I want to see. Yeah, I need to see dishes. This is a starter. This is a starter. This gets you started. And yeah, as it says here, they're so filling, you may not want the main dish afterwards. They know what they're doing. But I rate it because they taste so good. So again, you won't get it in a mixed grill, obviously. Just going back to the earlier advice. You won't get it in a mixed grill in a restaurant. You'll find it separately. But everyone knows about samosa. So next one, saji. Okay. Saji is a dish that can attribute its origins to the province of Balochistan. Okay. It is one of the primary specialties of Pakistani traditional cuisine and consists of a large piece of either lamb or chicken stuffed with rice and topped with a tasty green papaya paste. It is then placed on a skewer and roasted for several hours. Where it says it's from the province of Balochistan, now correct me if I'm wrong, that is on the Iranian border. And this style of food is very popular in Iran, where you have big pieces of meat, rice inside, and then the rice is also filled with different things like cherries and saffron. That's basically prepared very differently to Pakistani cuisine, which I've had with the Iranian cuisine, and wow, this sounds very similar to that. Obviously prepared differently. No mention of cherries or saffron. Maybe it can be done that way, but nothing I know that I've tried. But definitely I want to try the Pakistani style of it for sure. That's the only one so far I haven't had on this list, so I would say I'm doing well. Next one is halim, a mixture of a variety of traditional staples used in Pakistani cuisine, such as wheat, barley, minced meat, mutton, or chicken. It is a dish that takes a long time to prepare because the lentils and special dishes need ample time to properly combine with the minced beef and create a unique paste that will delight the senses. I want to say as well, I'm not a massive fan of halim, okay? Reason being is that it's too similar to lentils or dal. I'm not a fan of dal. I had it a lot when I was a child. And when I can, I choose to avoid it now. I find it a bit plain. With all the food that's out there, I want to taste stuff, man. Halim is a bit the same. Now, I know it says puts in everything in there, but it's too similar for me. Not a fan of the texture. Maybe I'm a bit traumatized. A lot of people do rate halim though, so can't knock it. If you like halim, go for it. So far, I've not had one on this list. I'm not a fan of two on this list. So the chana and the halim so far, I'm not a fan of. I mean, I'll have it if it's there, but I'm never craving to have it. Next one is halwa puri. Okay. It's a type of dough sprinkled with salt and rolled out in a circular form and then fried in a small amount of oil. It's fluffy and light. Comes with a sweet dish called halwa, a combination of sugar syrup, egg whites and sesame seeds. The mixture of sweet and sour flavor results in a memorable dining experience. Maybe this is just my experiences, but I find it very hard to find a good halwa puri in a restaurant. Maybe it's just the places I'm going, but I struggle with that. It's not something that's really made at home. Maybe I should request it after this video. Maybe film me tasting it or whatever. But yeah, I've never, whenever I've had it in a restaurant, I've never regretted it because it's food. But I've never enjoyed it to the hype that so many Pakistanis give it. That's just me. Nihari. Wow. Okay. You'll get this in many UK Pakistani restaurants. Some do them very, very well. Some don't do it justice. Some people just have it with a spoon. I've done that. Some people have it with a naan or roti with it. I've done that as well. Which one is better? Doesn't matter. It always tastes so good. So yeah, one of the most famous stews in the entire country. No doubt. It's served to guests on important occasions and contains meat that is slow cooked and simmered in spices overnight. If you ever, like, I guess you can go and check videos after this. Not of mine, obviously, but, well, you can if you want. But you can go and see videos of these, which are well made online. And the way that the naan hits the meat, it just breaks like, not breaks like paper, that's probably not very pleasant. But it just breaks off like wool off a tearing jumper. You know what I'm trying to say. It's very, very soft. And, wow, the taste of it is amazing. If you ever see this on a menu, or again, get in touch with one of your friends who know about it and get out to eat it. Bone marrow as well, yeah? So it absorbs the flavorful bone marrow. That is the taste. That, you know, I didn't read ahead when I started going off on one. But yeah, the bone marrow really makes it. And it creates one of the best tasting meat dishes in the world. That's not an exaggeration. Definitely in my opinion. And Culture Trip seem to think so too. So, 10 out of 10. This is the last one. Again, this is supposed to be a picture of kheer. Yeah, so kheer is the most famous traditional dessert in the country. I'd say so. I'd say it's one of them. Outside of that, it's an assortment of desserts, isn't it? Like you have jalebi, you have laddu, you have gulab jamun. But that's not really a dish, is it? Kheer is a dish. And it's a rice pudding made of rice, sugar and milk. It combines an assortment of nuts such as almonds, pistachios and cashews, as well as saffron and cardamom, to give it an alluring tinge that melts in your mouth with each bite. Now, it is rice pudding. At its very, very basic form. To say it's the same as rice pudding is not fair. Just the flavouring and everything like that makes it a lot better. Having said that, it's not one of the dishes on this list which I'm craving to have. Desserts, you know what? I don't eat too many Pakistani desserts. I'll have gulab jamun, I'll have jalebi, sometimes barfi. Outside of that, I'm not a fan. When I say not a fan, I'm not itching again or craving any desserts outside of that. Kheer is included. I can go without, I can go with, doesn't matter to me. So that's 11 traditional Pakistani dishes you need to try. I'm very, very hungry now. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you liked this article, give me a like, I guess. If you want to wait on more videos from me, then yeah, subscribe and let me know what you think. Or don't, it's up to you. No pressure. And maybe let me know. Get in touch. What should I do next? In terms of video ideas? I could do food from your culture. Let me know, get in touch. You know how you can do that. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.